Zoom now.
Seems as if we're streaming. I don't know where we're streaming to. But
we're streaming to everywhere.
Anybody out there?
We're streaming everywhere.
Okay, we're streaming everywhere. All right. Hey guys, you might have missed us. I hope you did miss us. We are back on. Apologies for the late start. Let me jump to Facebook and at least try to monitor those persons who have joined us there. Of course, it's Leo's fault. I've been sitting here the whole time trying to get on, and he totally forgot that we were supposed to be on. And now he's hustling and busting around.
Trying to get on. You can hear me?
Get on.
Trying to get on.
Trying to get on. So let me put on this.
Let me go on to this other one because I'm having the hardest time. Let me see. Join a meeting 884
tap
259 9715. Then 715.
Yes, so I don't know who else is out there looking and waiting. We still have up the same old heading that says Jamaica Washway. Old story. I am trying to monitor. Oh, here comes Mr. Leo.
I have to.
And he needs to turn off the other instruments so that we can hear him.
Yeah, I know. Just give me a minute. You have to tell him, send me out of town.
Yeah, but there's a feedback because there's another microphone on somewhere.
Yes.
I have to explain these things to them.
Tell me when it gets better.
Yes, it seemed to be better.
Better now?
Yes, it seems so.
All right, I need to go to here.
It still is a feedback. I can hear it.
Yes, I do. I do. Okay, there you go.
Yes, still hearing it. Still messing around. Hey, June South Robin says, greetings, June. How are you doing? I see a little hurricane of us all lined up. Thanks for waiting and staying with us. VM Hesab says, hello, Dr. Diana and Leo. Hi. I can. VM says, hello, Dr. Diana and Leo. Hi, I don't know how you see that Leo is there, but him is there. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We just love and appreciate you. We apologize for last week, Saturday. It was a lot of moving parts. Leo had to go to Dr. Thompson's son's funeral over in Canada, and he's still there. Look like him trying to turn Canadian citizen. I had a funeral in Maypen in Jamaica at 11 o'clock, so I had to do that one. Condolences again to everybody who, have to go through these strategies of funerals. Funerals are just so hard and difficult. It's hard for people who have attended and it's hard for people who know them. It's so hard for family. Really, really, man. Maria says, good evening. Laura Hamilton Blackwood, hello guys, great to see you all. Yes, great to have you back. How are you feeling? How the COVID, it left you? Lawton says, hey guys, missed you Saturday.
Let's talk a bit about it. Can we talk a little bit about the death there? I am having a problem.
Fix that feedback for us.
All right, just give me 1 second. How do I do that again?
Mute one of them.
Mute one of them, right? So one is muted.
Hey guys, missed you on Saturday. Lon says, yeah, we missed you too, but we're back hopefully as soon as Leo sorts out this that he's doing.
So can you hear me now?
We're having a feedback, Leo. You need to mute one of those, not that one, probably the other one.
I wonder if you can hear me now.
Much better.
Much better?
Yes, and there's no feedback. VM Hesop says, where is Michelle? Michelle has a little family matter that she's treating with, and she's going to be out tonight and perhaps tomorrow. So we just.
So Diana, can we talk a little bit about the death of a child?
Yeah, we can talk about how tragic it is when somebody loses a child. What aspect of it? What exactly do you want to talk about?
No, because I remember my mom, my sister died in my mom's hand,
Oh, when a family loses a child?
When a mother
Yes.
loses or a father loses a child.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom saying to me, Leo, the worst part about this is that I didn't expect you guys to go before me, or any of you guys to go. That touched my heart. And that's what I spoke on the other day. And every time I think about it, if you think about your child leaving you behind, it's not even a good feeling. So I can imagine what Dr. Thompson is going through. No matter what your relationship is with your child, no matter what how you guys get along, whether you get along or not, just to know that you brought somebody on the land, and then the person is taken away before you. Must be a hard thing.
Yes, I can understand how difficult it is for any parent or anybody who within a family to lose a minor, to lose a child, regardless of age, as you say. It's going to be major trauma, because when we become parents, the last thing we expect is to bury our children or those that we've cared for. We always have it done that they will have to put us down, not us putting them down. But you talk about Dr. Thompson having lost his son was an adult. Imagine how much more traumatic it is for the two incidents in Jamaica, the two recent incidents where a father accidentally shoots his son, thinking he's an intruder, and then another family loses their daughter, their niece, their cousin, their aunt, something. She's gone to school, and then she don't come home. She don't come home because she has succumbed to injuries inflicted by a colleague, a classmate, another minor. That family is losing as well. It's not just the one who has died, family is suffering. The other family is suffering too. It's a loss for them because that child now has been slapped with a murder charge. So
now yes, I feel it for that dad who shot his own son.
Yes, and the man who accidentally shoots his own son think he's an intruder. And the mom who has lost a child, it's hard for the husband, yes, but it's not any easier for the mom because she has lost a child. It's hard. It's a real tough thing. Hey, Gavin, welcome back. Good to see and hear you. He says hello. Why is this freezing? He says hello, good evening, good night. Yeah, glad to have you. Primrose says that there still is some feedback, but I think that we might have fixed it now. Primrose, you want to tell me what your thoughts are on it? I'm not hearing no feedback right now. Gavin, we're happy to see you. What happened to you all this time? I mean, we were out for a week, but yeah, Marissa, you never get over the loss.
Listen, I've no talk for your chat with the man, Garvin, because you named there. The point is, you named there Saturday. So you don't know if the man was here. You didn't know whether the man was here.
He never come.
No. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Did you come to check on us on Saturday and found out that we weren't here?
Yes, he came on and he realized that we weren't here and we were supposed to apologize to him.
But I apologize. You never hear me saying that you had to go.
He did not hear you apologize. So you have to apologize again because he just come on.
He didn't say he ain't come. So me just thought that for foolishness. He ain't come. He said no, he ain't come. So he would even support you in speaking the truth. God, I love that. Speak it, ever cause it what it will. Thank you for being honest and open about that. Yes,
we have some serious topics on the table, Dan. You know that, right?
Huh?
We have some topics on the table.
All right, tell me where you want the topics to be, because I have two things to read that.
All right, read them. Let's talk about them.
All right. Well, one of them is the murder student charged, and it is the Kingston Technical High School incident.
Okay, read the article first, so that we can get some.
So the 17-year-old Kingston Technical High School student who was involved in the fatal stabbing of her schoolmate last Thursday afternoon is now facing and has been charged with murder. Police sources said the teen was charged late Monday afternoon after a long question and answer session. The stabbing death of Michion Campbell during a fight between both students on the school compound left students and teachers traumatized, resulting in Education Minister visiting Kingston Technical High School on Monday morning and promising to roll out a program designed to help students de-escalate conflict. I'd love to know what that look and feel like. She says that the quote, I have reached out to the Minister of Justice, she told students and teachers during a sombre morning devotion. And I'll skip through what she said and didn't say and say.
I wanna know what caused that stabbing? Did they say?
No. The minister says that even with metal detectors, the school was not able to prevent the accused from having a ratchet knife in her possession on the compound, and said the focus now should be reaching the hearts and minds of the children and their parents. So they seem to have a metal detector that they have to go through, but that didn't help. The child still was able to carry it.
I am dumbfounded on the fact that a child would have a knife on campus and use it on another child. I fail to see how these things are happening on our campuses in Jamaica, and we have no. But you know, whatever is happening on the campus of the colleges and the schools, it's a microcosm of what's going on in society. And so, you know, if we have a violent society, which we do, we are still the murder capital of the world. If we have a violent society, it means that our schools, it's going to roll over into our schools or churches, anywhere there are gathering of people. And that's sad. And there's no answer. You can talk all the talk that you want. You can sing all the song that you want to sing. The answer to reduce crime is not something that's obvious to us. It ain't gonna happen.
The answer to reduce crime is to look at the social imbalances within the society, to look at meeting the basic social needs of the society, to make people feel that they have an opportunity to do things, to resolve matters, to talk about things, to begin to inculcate a sense of empathy from young child up. As on a campus at a primary school, and there were 3 young ladies, and none of them passed 6 or 7, probably 8, because sometimes them little like me. So let us say there were 8. And there was one child in the middle, and one was pulling the leg and the other was pulling the arm. And they were just dragging and pulling and easing. They were dragging. And I'm like, this other child in the middle is screaming and them enjoying, one dragging her foot over there, so, and the other dragging one of her arm over to the other side. And them it don't hit them that this child is hurting, they're causing pain, that they're not hearing her saying, hey, stop, it hurt. It's like they're excited at the prospect of inflicting this.
Let's go back to your resolve there for a minute, Diana. Because I don't like, I wouldn't want to be the one listening to a minister saying, we have to do this and we have to go back to that. And I don't see the path, the course that we need to take. Because we can say all we want about, you know, what we must do or what we can do and all that stuff. But if there's no path, the words don't mean a lot. And so what I want to see, rather than the minister coming and saying, whatever it is, that conflict resolution, what is the path to conflict resolution? What are they going to do? What the steps that you're going to put into policy to make sure that these things happen the way they're supposed to do? I can't. What the resolution for crime is not necessarily what we can say, but what we can actually put on paper. I was looking at a thing in Seaview Gardens this evening where some guys are just shooting after each other and people are running. It's so massive that you don't know where to start. What is that course that we're going to take? It is important.
Until there is a clear pathway that addresses the socio-economic imbalances within the society, until there is a clear pathway that tells a child, regardless of what institution they go to, they stand a chance of success within the society, until parents have the resources to meet the basic economic needs and therefore feel that they belong within the social structure of the society, then there is no commitment except to defend what little you have.
Those
and
are better.
That's felt, that they have to defend what little they have.
Yeah, man, that's a better framing, a whole better framing of what just now. Until they do this, until the philosophy which owes one race superior, and that until all of these things happen. And so if we're not putting them into place, then it's not happening.
Yes, there has to be more than that. And when the authorities speak, if they would speak with a clear cut or an overview that is practical, that people can feel that there is something of worth that is being put forward. But again, to just another stabbing, and you go back through the same hula balloon, days of a wonder, and yes, we're going to implement, and we're having a discussion. What are you discussing? What are you wanting to achieve? How does that discussion translate or impact me in my community? What it is that I have to do? How do you get me to buy into this discussion that you're having? But it's just peer discussion that excludes me as a parent, that excludes me as a student. How do you
and I wish it was discussion too. It's something that people go and make a speech and say this is what we want to do, and then that was the end of it. You will never hear it again, because that person don't go back to the office and say, let's write a policy. Let's call the principals together and write a policy that is going to satisfy. You just say it and it's done.
Yeah. All right, let me catch up on this. Leo, see if you can get to YouTube just to look at the comments on your other gadget if possible. Jacqueline Rose says, good night. It is so sad. I see no teachers, no one, just video taking. Sad. It's sad, the lack of empathy in the society where somebody is under distress and there is mayhem taking place, and all that is happening is that everybody recording it to get views. It's sad when all that matters is views, and not views in terms of perspective or perception or understanding or ideas, but views in terms of how many people look on what you post. It's sad when that is what one values. Carlin Madden, good evening, Leonda. Hi, Carlin, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. Norma says, good morning. Oh, Norma, which part of the world?
I wish part of that in the good morning. I know. I must England today at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so she just get up and roll over, and I bet that come and Gavin says the music is responsible for all the violence. Gavin, I don't know that I want to agree with you, but we could talk about it. What are your thoughts? Do you think that it's the music that we're to be blaming? Michelle Bond says, good night, everyone. Hi, Michelle. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Jacqueline Rowe, do you really think? Yes, she's asking Gavin, do you really think it's the music? I really don't think it's a music alone. Might it be influencing? Yes, it's influencing, but until somebody do some research and tell me that, yes, people admit that X, Y, Z. No, sir.
Diana, is the music the reason for crime? or is the music telling you about the crime that's going on? What is it? Is it the chicken and the hen, the egg thing?
Which is
What is
first? Well, I don't know that they're related. I don't know that it's a music that is responsible for what we're seeing in the society in terms of the level of criminality or the level of violence that is evident in all areas of it. What is it about the music? Is it the rhythm of the music?
I don't agree
or
with
is it
that
the lyrics?
because let me tell you what the music does.
Yes.
If the society is showing that this one thing is happening, this one man is stealing eggs, right? And him get away with it, and someone make a song from it, then the whole idea of stealing eggs is now put into music and it's spread across the island, and people are going to respond. The ones that are going to be people who are responding and saying, oh, head, if your thief egg, the police now lock you up, and they are going to do it. So I don't agree that music not have anything to do with it. That's everything to do because that's where people learn how to do a lot of things in our society. That's where they listen for things to do.
No, I don't agree. I don't think that I'm going to lay it squarely at the foot of music. And even if it is that lyrics exist out there that can be influential in a negative way, if the family nucleus is of such and it is ingrained with certain values and certain attitudes, and there are certain things that you just don't put up with in your family, then I could have listened to music to shoot and kill till I blue. It don't mean that I'm going to do it because my value system tells me, and my family support and my community support don't support it. So I don't know that
I don't want us to talk like everything is hunky dory out there because family support.
And it is not, but neither is it elsewhere in the world. So let us not pretend that Jamaica managed to rank itself top again, but I don't know that we are not doing some things that are happening elsewhere in the world.
But I think we're doing it better.
Well, I say we have managed to rank ourselves top.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We're doing the bad things better, and that's why we're ranked so high.
And we are doing the bad parenting better. Let me catch up on
that is exactly my point.
I have too many of them. Go to YouTube, I tell you. Jesse says, good evening, Leo and Diana. Hi, Gavin says, boycott the style of music or alter the lyrics. Joshua Spencer says, Leo, profound an argument you're making. Paulette says, good night, Dr. Diana. And how is Michelle? She's doing good. She has some family matters pressing matters that she is addressing, so she can't be there. Norma says, Gavin, I beg to differ. The music is not responsible. She thinks it's a television. I don't know that very many people watch it.
All right, so let's do media.
Let me catch up. You hold that thought. Joshua says it's all chat by the powers that be. Probably. Gavin says Jamaica has superb talent. They need to cut the violence out of it. Michelle Bond says, when we were growing up, these kinds of music that's on the air could never be. June says, we keep asking where this is coming from. I suggest that research on trauma being passed through generations, lack of children being socially engaged in early childhood. Look how many of them are handed a phone or a tablet as a substitute for interaction with their parents or carer. How will they then be expected to learn empathy and self-regulation? And she says she's sorry, but she started a rant. But I think I want to agree with Jude.
Let me say this. A child that's 6 years old is whining and rubber dubbing on YouTube video and it get viral, right?
Yes, but who is to blame?
Yes, to them mother. Tell them mother if you go cure out and all them thing there. Get viral pan video. How do you think, first of all, that child learn to water pump and cool and deadly the way that they do? It's not because the mother teach them, and it's not because they necessarily because them see it in the community. is because them dep on YouTube and see to go on all the time. And they YouTube, parents not have no kind of thing for it. So they're gonna learn how to whine and rubber dub, and that gets spread right across the island. And every 6-year-old child is going to be rubber dubbing. Nikki East, good evening to you. She says, Halifax girl, king and queen are out tonight without the princess. Hello, my wonderful friends. It's good to be here with you. That's Nikki East. Thank you so much, Nikki. But you see what my point is, Diana? It gets spread viral.
Yes, but it goes back to the value system. What are the values that we have inculcated, or we are inculcating?
We don't have any.
Oh, all right. Let me read on it.
I am saying, that's why I'm saying it, because we don't have none.
Well, then something is wrong, and perhaps that is what we should be addressing, our value system, revamping it, or trying to inculcate some new values into the society rather than saying that we're going to talk to another place. But Norma Hulbert says, I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was just being funny if you make her laugh. Oh, she not live in no England. She down in New Orleans, farm fool, as they would say. Yes, but you did make us laugh. Why don't they place the phones in lockers until after school? So then could have all thief and they all go missing. Next thing you know, people are breaking and thief lockers. Carlin says the socioeconomic condition is affecting the crime in the country. I agree with you. Paulette Chambers says, I think the music is a reflection of what's going on in the society. I agree with that too. Gavan says dancehall music speaks highly on violence and committing crime. We could talk about that. Joshua Spencer says the music is a mere reality of the society, or is it a mirror of the society?
That's what I just asked. Joshua is in Canada.
Carlin Madden says this, Michelle responds to Michelle's thing and said, so how come we have the same problem on the US side? If it is social and if it's socioeconomic conditions, but it's more prevalent and present in Jamaica. June says, remember the mentality.
Because I remember back in the 70s, right? We used to, the leaders used to say the same thing, that radio and TV have nothing to do with crime. Well, they're probably right, because back in the 70s, not everybody had TV and not everybody had music. The music that was playing on air was quite filtered without any kind of suggestive words or meanings. And so I agree during that time that media didn't have anything to do with it. But you can't say the same thing right now. They cannot
but
say
not
because
music. We can talk about media
on,
having an impact, but you can't tell me says music.
It's anything that's media. That's what that people are, that little kids are watching.
Yeah, but it's more than just
entire value system.
Don't just say that it's music, because it's more than just music.
Oh no, I am not saying it's music alone. I didn't say it was music alone, but music has a big part to play with it. It does.
All right, let me catch up. I have 20 messages to read.
Okay.
June says, remember the images of orphans in Bosnia who sat in filth and neglect and just rot their bodies mutely or moaning. Our modern world is robbing us from basic social interaction, making decisions based on instinct, fight or flight, children freezing instead of responding as they have no examples or experiential learning or modeling to draw from. This is worldwide, not exclusive to Jamaica. June, that's interesting. We should probably come on and talk about that one of these days. Gavin says, teach the youth them right, not make them take it for a fight. Peter Gay says, good night, Dr. D, Leo, and everyone. Good night, darling. June says, music and violence have much deeper roots. Yes. Even adult videos, Jackie is agreeing with you, Leo. Lorna says, I do think lack of self-esteem and low morals contribute to the bad behavior. I hate to say civilization and technology brought in a lot of bad behavior. Gavan said, add the music, Diana. All right, I hear you. Good night. You and Diana says, Dan Bryce. Good night, Dan.
So, Diana, so listen to this, Diana. When the slaves were being beaten down and trodden down by the white plantation owners, in order for them not to fight back and to be killed, they turned to music to save their soul. They turned, when they're in the fields, they sing. Today, every time you plan a conference, at the end of the conference, you want something that's inspiring, generally a song, because it calms down our spirits. It puts us into a different place.
Because only those who coming from the plantation do this.
Yes, and so
it's only those coming from the plantation who want that song.
If music can calm our soul in one direction, it can antagonize we in a different direction. It's the same thing. When we go to church and we sing to God, we praise because we are praising the holy name and the Holy Spirit, and we are using the music to help us there. It's the same way music in the other sphere can turn our lives into a mess. It's the same thing.
Yes, but I hear you, Leo, and every kind and genre of music will have different impacts and cause people to react differently. But I still maintain that it is not music, because I could listen to all the supposed filth in the music and not be moved to shoot you when next I see you.
You're putting yourself out there.
To stab you because I don't agree with you.
I know you.
But I'm saying, but if you're saying it is the music, then it should impact me in that way.
Your values is different. We already made a statement
so
about
the breakdown, the socioeconomic issues that cause the family to break down. That is causing
not necessarily that. Not necessarily financial and job. It could just be that those persons don't know wrong from right.
No, but it has to do with the financial and the socioeconomic things. Why is it that the mother not at home because she have to hustle to maintain the family? Where is the father to provide for them? Where is the grandmother? Everybody hustling out there to meet the economics, because the economics of
social. Okay, you said okay. I thought you said economic. I thought you said economic, but I'm saying to you that we can't assume that everybody out there is like Diana or is like Leo. We have to also assume that the fighting spirit, the warring spirit, the warrior spirit, and the killing spirit, the murderer spirit, has something to do with whether or not those people grew up learning the ethics in life, the ethics of life, the morals of life, right and wrong, and good and bad. They probably do not know it. They probably look at something bad and say good. I'm telling you that they would walk into a store and say and see a $20 at the cashier's thing and think of them and then get it, and somebody come out and talk to them and they say, I find it. Am I money that? I find it. And it doesn't belong to them. It belongs to somebody else. So they're going to fight. You have to think about what is the value that they learned growing up.
But what music have to do with that?
Because music is going to take that $20 story and put it in a way that the entire nation will listen to it. And some people who do not have that value that you have will go and do the same thing that's on the music. That's what music does.
So the people who don't have the value that I have, who are going to continue to perpetuate that wrong, isn't it because they don't have that family structure to introduce them?
But you don't know what is a family structure. The family structure is not learning.
They don't have a family structure that will instigate that in them. They don't have nobody.
Okay, so yeah, I agree. We have to if we have a path now, a way, a course to change all families and bring them back to balancing good and bad and right and wrong, then we are part of the thing done. But right now we have a lot of people who don't know that.
Right, and I agree with you, except that I don't agree that it's the music to be blamed.
I didn't tell you that music was the only thing. Music is a part of it, big part. Big part.
It can't be the music. I can't agree that we're going to drag music into it. It might perhaps be influencing it, but it's not the causal factor.
Read it. Read some message now if you have them.
I have no more message.
Let me see if they have in a.
The one talk foolishness, no.
You want talk what?
Foolishness.
Is that too hard, right?
Dan Brad says good night, Dana. Oh yeah, she did say that. Paulette says it's a breakdown. In the family. Thank you, Paulette. Paulette Chamber says it's a breakdown in the family structure. Michelle Barnes says yes, Leo, I agree with you. Michelle, 100% contrary. When I read no more from Michelle. Joshua says it's fair to say that the socioeconomic factors are contributors to the decay, but media, including music, being listened to, are the catalyst for this decay. Yes, Joshua, I agree with you totally on that. Joni, how come you don't have no comment? I know you checked in with us and you don't have no comment on this matter. And Leo, you never change your head in. Some people still think that Jamaica washing away.
Listen, man, I'm out of town. I didn't have a chance to do a lot of things. Okay, so don't forgive me until Saturday morning. I'll get straight again.
Yeah, all right, we think about it and see how that goes. So some people say yes, some people say nay.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting
Topic.
What do we do?
Eh?
Where do we go from here as a society?
Diana, it's a really good question, right? But I think that our leaders, our country depends on our leader. People in our country depend on our leaders for guidance. They depend on our leaders to even tell them what they need or they need to get up out of them bed and go to school. I mean, they really do depend on our leaders. It's the way the system is set up. Our Jamaican system that is taken from the political system that's taken from England changed completely from what England have, and we have one of dependence, people depending on our leaders. And so whatever our leaders say,
because they're not educated.
Whatever our leaders say, whether them right or them wrong, that's what the people go and follow. All right. And what we have seen recently is that a lot of our leaders are doing wrong things, and they're still in office. And so nothing is happening. Just like we have wrongdoers not being prosecuted, not being arrested, not being sent to prison. We don't have enough people going to prison to set the example to deter other people from doing crime. And so our entire system is completely messed up, and we need to have our leaders help us to get it back. That's the only way it's going to come back. So
Leo, you said that we have a system that we adopted from England, but what's happening is in England is not what's happening in Jamaica, even though it's the same system. And I'm asking you, is it because of the difference within the education of the population, or is it because of the social support system that England offers to its citizens versus what we don't offer?
I think it's all of that and more, right? It's all of that and more. We don't have a healthcare system where people don't really, I mean, in Jamaica,
people don't really have health nor care.
We don't have health nor care, right? I mean, you can't go to the doctor because you get a stroke and the doctor go and see you and give you the best care until you're back on foot. You better have a few $1 million showing him in bank before them work on you in the hospital, right? They might do an MRI 2 weeks down the line to find out if you had a stroke, 2 weeks before, and that's late, and so, if you look at England as a social system that protects people. Where in whatever capacity you are, in whatever part of your life you are, you can always go to the hospital and get care. You can't do that in Jamaica.
All right, Jacqueline Rose said, no music can influence me. Johnny says, sorry guys, multitasking in a meeting. All right, we keep quiet, hush. And she said, and no one can influence her either. Garvan says, music is hypnotic. Listening to a speech only can be easily forgotten. However, listening to music is different. You have speeches put over rhythm, making it easier to be remembered. That is why the content of it is influencing the youth. Too much violent talk. Paulette said, and that's a good point, Gavin. We could talk about that. I can support you on some aspects of it.
Garvan, if I said that, she would not have said that to me.
It is influencing it, and it is not the causal factor. Paulette Chambers says people also need to be responsible for their families, not the leaders. Yes, I agree with that. VM Hesab says some kids are brought up properly and they are sometimes influenced by friends. Music does influence both parents and children, yes. June says, she changing the subject a little bit. She said that we still need to keep an eye on the weather. Very active out there, grateful to be spared, but saddened by what our neighbors have gone through with the last two named storms. And June is in the Cayman Islands. And we're going to go to the weather. Lorna says, no, the little picnic, them just like to wind up to the dirty music. Adults look at them and laugh. Years ago, those lyrics could not be played on the radio. There is a total moral breakdown and parents have to work on improving that. Yes, parents, totally parents. Michelle says to June, I still don't have any light or water since Thursday. Michelle, where you are, my dear child? June says, England, black on black crime. Teams of all races stabbing each other to death because gang culture and drugs. I suppose. It's 8:57 by my check. We could probably do another 20 minutes or so. I want to share our concerns as June has taken us to the weather conditions. What are we in Florida take a piece of beating down there so with Ian?
Yeah, a two hurricane, one on each side, you know. But
really?
And we shouldn't be laughing about it because a lot of people are missing.
Oh, Michelle says she in Northport, Florida.
How is it, Michelle?
She not light her water from when we might have to send her some from down here. Nobody have no light. You can just throw up one little piece of card and see if you can just get little light. She not learned that, you know.
You see what I'm talking about? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a woman who does not have any value system at all. She'll teach you of a thief light, right?
Oh, and she is in desperate need. She not
okay with
no life. She is in desperate need of a little current and she have to burn up her car battery for watch me and you. Then she not just go and fling up the wire, get a little current and she freeze up some things and then she take it back down.
So hold on it. Wendo, you fling up the wire in the ear. They fling up the wire in the ear.
Oh, me forget no power line we run past it. Everything underground. Hush. But on a serious note though, I did some videos and some pictures of the devastation in Fort Myers and that side of Florida. And I'm really, really sorry for the experiences. It was an eye opener, I think, for that section of Florida. We don't usually get hurricane and they don't get it whoppingly good. I mean bad. That must have been hard.
Diane, you are just as bad as everybody else, okay? I mean, I make you no difference right now.
I keep in good company then. Johnny says, Dr. Dan, I'm going to rewatch and add my 2 cents. Leo, you sounded really lively. In that Canada, I see some people, one lady run back there and call out to tell her, say, she must come say, oh, the 2 is something right.
What are that about?
All right. June is saying to Michelle, sorry, hoping the power comes back soon, and we hope so. Paulette laugh and she said, you can't do that in Florida, Dr. D. No, we never want to do that.
Exactly.
Michelle Barnes says, you should see me carrying water like back in the days from the standpipe. A good thing you have the skills. We can farm out you can help other people them.
What is it name? What is it name? Is zinc pan.
Oh, or the kerosene pan.
Zinc pan, no kerosene pan. That kerosene pan, a Kingston name for the same pan is zinc pan.
I thought they all just call them kerosene pan. It's surely up.
Zinc pan. The
It's
one with
Percy pan.
the 4 gallon pan.
I don't know how much gallon it was, but it was the big and blasted heavy.
And
And
it
sometimes
lamp
they
up in
use
the
it as
air.
an oven. They fix it to make it into an oven, or is the curry goat pot that they
Yes.
boil the curry goat in?
Or if it's rice, the rice, poto.
Why? Oh,
Because
it will
it's
dry
too
out
deep.
good.
It's too deep, yeah.
Jacqueline said Florida always getting beaten by a small generator. Here, she tell Michelle. Althea says, where's the third wheel? She's not here with us today. She's having some family issues that she's trying to fix. Vim Heslop says the roads were mashed up just like Jamaica. We're the trendsetter.
But I was looking at a video of is a video or a picture today. It was looking at a picture with the water damage in Jamaica somewhere there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the roadway was completely devastated. I mean, mash up. And then below the road, right below the road, there is a culvert. It's a small, about 6 inches of.
No, you don't lie.
It's like 6 inches of waterway, right? And I'm saying to myself, look at the amount of water that came down and mash up the road the way that it did, right? But then we had underneath the road a 6-inch not diameter, that's not circumference either. What diameter? Yeah, a 6-inch diameter of waterway that we expected the water to come down and go through that 6 inches. That kind of water there. So I saw the Prime Minister say he's going to fix the road, right? So if he fixes the road and he doesn't fix that culvert underneath the road, that means the water going to come back again and mash up the road, and then we have another storm like that. That's how I go.
Well, that's why you ought to use engineers who are civil engineers, and that's why people must use contractors who understand rural development or urban development and understand these things. Because if I'm building something in my yard, I suppose that 6-inch pipe is okay to put under the thing, but to put that to carry water that is usually a riverbed is just not practical. And for me, what made it worse is that it is under the road.
Under the road.
Why it couldn't run alongside the roadway so that when there's an issue with it, you can reach it.
If anything goes wrong, they might just dig up the road, right? Mash it up and then fix back the road.
Right, but look at what you're doing. It's running under the road, and when there is a bus somewhere or a leak somewhere, until it busts up and reach up at the top, you don't know where it is.
No.
Whereas if it run on the outside along the passage or the roadway, you can see it. So when there's some damage in it, you know where you're going to fix. So you manage your resources in that. But I suppose they probably don't want to manage your resources like that.
We put no thoughts behind our building. I mean, what do we put thoughts behind anyway? What are the things that we do put thoughts to? Not very much, right? Because we have so much problems that we're always trying to fix, and we're always trying to tell people that, oh, we are going to fix it, like the bridge. Remember the bridge? That bridge? That famous bridge?
Oh, them charged the man for opening the thing, but him said that him lived down there and him needed to get to him children.
Exactly, something like that.
I mean, likely story, but yes, he lives down there, and there. In fact, it was an article earlier in the week, or might have been on the weekend, where there are other committee members who are lamenting that they need to have the gate closer to the bridge itself because you're shutting off some communities. And they've suffered people, like somebody related a story about somebody dying because they had to carry them from so far to get to the bridge. Perhaps they might have died nonetheless, but you're still going to make the story. So they really ought to consider at what point they put the bridge in. But I'm sure the engineers would have looked at it and probably look and assess that based on the data, they had best put the bridge at this point because the flooding usually is beyond the flat bridge. So they're safeguarding the population. I don't know. Let me get some more messages in. Michelle says, him have to make sure him stand and watch them fix the road for it to be done right. So, you know,
I agree.
Michelle, you really want a lick. You stay there, go your standpipe, go collect your water. Althea says maybe that is how it's done in China. That's how them put the 6-inch pipe on the probably that is for them big pipe. Talking about that, and did anybody see the a member of the government making a presentation in parliament and talking about laying pipes and joking about when it has become responsibility of the woman to lay pipe. And I just couldn't get it. I didn't get what she was saying. And then somebody explained it to me on the weekend. I was like, really? But that is a kind of comment and joke that you make when you're drinking white rum with your friends.
Actually, he's supposed to be kicked out of the parliament for comments like that.
Let me tell you, low.
But as I said earlier, we depend on our leaders, and whether our leaders do things right or do things wrong, we still depend on them. And them not gonna, nobody not push them out. There's no standard to getting them out of the reason. Some of the reasons why we are not hurrying to change anything is because a lot of the laws are sitting on books that are pre-independence and are colonial, and it gives certain men certain privileges, and then get away with these wrongdoings. I know that was what's going on, so then I change it.
That's unfortunate. Let me read some more comments. June says, don't laugh, folks, but Ian raised my anxiety levels to the roof, and I learned only when we were shuttering up for Ian that the apartment block I live in had water up to the windows during Ivan, and water flooded in others. Others had water up to their necks. So I bought I bought a life jacket this evening. Don says, okay,
Michelle,
pray that you won't need it though. Yes, we pray you won't do it. So she says, thanks. And then she said, came on flat, no hillsides to run to.
oh my God.
Paulette Chamber says there's just no accountability for things that happen. Althea says in these days, people are much more educated. Yes, much more educated, but have we moved with the times? And June is saying to me, told you not to laugh, Diana. We're not laughing. I'm sorry for you. I see Leo laugh, you know, say and Leo laugh after you too. And me a pick one. Anyway, that's not too funny. Guys, we usually throw in some, let's make Leo go. He is in Canada and him look a little bit tired. Are there any more comments on YouTube, Leo? He hasn't checked it.
Yeah, check. No, there is no comments here.
Okay, so tell those people on YouTube that you're going to go now. Anybody have any birthday that they want us to express birthday wishes to? I have 3 that I want to share. I'll share them at the end as soon as others list their
well, share them now. Share them now.
Oh, all right. So I one of my nieces, Melissa. And Melissa is in London. Melissa had a birthday today. So happy birthday, Melissa. We call her Poochie. So that, you know, everybody have a name. So that's Poochie. And then Misha Gay has a birthday tomorrow. So tomorrow is Misha Gay's birthday. So Misha Gay, all the best. Love you. Take care. Enjoy lunch with your sister. Our sister is taking our younger sister is taking her to lunch. Probably taking her to lunch with her checkbook.
Hey.
And then on Thursday the 6th, Senator Donna Scott Motley's birthday. Happy birthday, Donna.
You know, I always remember this month is the birth month of my sister who passed away.
Oh, really?
And she passed away from difficulties or complications from breast cancer. So this month is breast cancer month.
Yes.
And I just want for all the survivors of breast cancer, I'm big up, big time. I know it's
Yes.
a big fight, it's a hard fight.
Yes.
And as Letna Allen says, them squeeze up your breast, but please go check it out anyway. Even if it's painful, make sure that you catch it early just in case you have it. Always go and
Men
check
should
it.
do it to Leo. You know that men should have their breast checked for cancer, for breast
Yeah,
cancer.
Letna has a friend that she brags about how he caught breast cancer early, and so therefore they had to sever one of his breasts.
Oh, you see
Yes,
that? Man must go check it out. Let me tell you though, Leo, it is not easy when you have small breasts like me to do that examination, because it's like them drawing your back, your chest, everything to try to make it fit into that little spot. And then when
yes.
them just clamp down the thing on it like that. I must take it to the one. Let me take
Patty.
it to the one. Let me take you to get your breast checked, Leo. I think that every man should do it during October. Let me tell you, people, it's something that you need to do, and I do it dutifully, but it's not no joke. It's really not easy when you barely have breast, and then dry so and then push on it, and then when it not fit or it slide back, them tell you say you must press in more. I don't know. We probably have some old equipment down in Jamaica. There must be an easier way to do this thing. Rather than take my breast and just try flatten it like a patty.
Well, as we say, you just need to just suck it up, okay? Just suck it up.
I will carry you to go do one and see what you're going to suck for. People sending birthdays. Carlene Madden says Thursday is her sister's birthday. Well, Carlene, Thursday, that's the 6th. Happy birthday to Carlene's sister, since she's sister no on her name. Joni says my nephew Ian's birthday was last Saturday. He's still annoyed that the hurricane was named Ian. Let us look on the bright side. It was a productive and memorable. People won't soon forget that hurricane. So see that, Ian? People won't soon forget you. Jacqueline Rose says her stepmom is having a birthday this week. VMS said, I'm not sure if you guys will be here on Saturday. Aye, sure. My birthday is on Saturday. Yes, VM, come Saturday, we celebrate. Lorna says, Dr. Diana, it hurt the big breast. Then really? Well, I'm heartened to hear and quite relieved to know that the big breast them get hurt too. But let me tell you, man. Oh, Paul, it says they have
Diana, I think we need to wrap it in now.
Huh?
I think we need to wrap it in now. It's like 10.
Okay. Yes, we wrap up right here now.
Right.
But
I want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight. The conversation was pretty good. It was good to see Joshua online. Thanks, Joshua. And I'll see you guys Saturday morning again.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was good to be here. Keep safe. Walk good.
Bye-bye now.
Let's see Leo get us off.